Let's see how I feel about this angle. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this angle. Maybe a little bit more focused. A little bit more, A little, A little less meat in the camera. A little bit more vibey. You can actually see me. Let me get my drink. All right. I got a better spot now. What's going on, bitches world? I'll be lying if I said this is a one take type of situation. A lot of times I don't do multiple like long takes. Once I get rolling. I feel like this is the one I'm gonna get rolling on. So you're gonna get what you get. But what's going on, Mitch's world? Excuse me. What's going on, Mitch's world? So today is episode 4. A few things going on in my life right now. So I'm gonna just share everything with you guys. One thing I want to be with you guys is vulnerable. I feel like this is a space to create vulnerability in hopes to help other people, not just men. My target audience isn't just men. It's people. I think we're all human at our core. But today's episode is about being a man. So, I am tailored to the brothers today. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm going to just roll right into it. First off, I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. So I appreciate you guys making some time just to speak with me or listen to me talk for a few minutes like I tend to do. But I thank you guys first and foremost. Like I said, a few things going on in my life. Today is day 41 or 42 of 75 hard. So we're over the halfway hump of 75 hard. For you guys that don't know, it's a discipline challenge. So I'm working out twice a day. One workout has to be outside. Both workouts have to be 45 minutes apiece. I'm drinking a gallon of water every day. I'm reading 10 pages of a book. Right now I'm reading the Bible. So that's my book of choice right now. I'm also, what else do I have to do? No alcohol, follow a diet, all the things. So, and then I'm also on an abstinence journey. So I'm on day 45. Today's day 45 of the no buns movement. I've never went this long without no buns. So it's like, and I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but I do say that in a it feels good to not be a slave to a vice, because like a lot of times I used to wear it as a badge of honor, like, oh, I'm getting buns, woo, woo, woo. But it's like, to what cost? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you're in situations you don't really necessarily want to be in. You're dealing with things or people you don't necessarily want to deal with just for the sake of pleasure, to feel like you're accomplishing something. And a lot of times it's not worth it, to be honest with you, especially now that the clarity that I have. I think if I could tell my younger self this, is like, be more exclusive with who you share yourself with in all aspects of the word. Because like a lot of times the connections you have with people, especially in the physical sense, that's all it is a physical connection. It can never be more, because you don't know yourself fully. And before you know it, you're wrapped up or intertwined with this person, and that's it. It's just physical. And you've wasted another year or 2 of your life that you won't get back ever. Ever. So, yeah. But just a few things going on in my life. Today, I'm just going to talk about being a man. I think being a man is probably one of the most complex things you can be, just because there's a certain expectation that comes with it from the world, but then a certain requirement that comes with it from God. And as I get more spiritually aligned, I'm learning my role as a man. And it all makes sense now, in the sense that like, why, I used to desire marriage so much, and not saying I don't want to get married now, because I definitely want to get married, but I would have led my wife to hell. I would have led my family astray, simply because I didn't understand my role as a man, right? And you take bits and pieces of what you hear from other people, like, especially the women, like, especially in this day and age of social media where women, oh, a man's supposed to do this, a man's supposed to do that. Never listen to a woman about what a man's supposed to do, because she's never been a man, nor will she ever understand what comes with being a man, right? And I say that respectfully. I think it's one of those things, like, as a man, we're leaders. Whether we lead many or we lead a few within our own household, our own parameters, we're still a leader of some sort, right? And I think being a man is, you can't lead anyone till you lead yourself. And I think a lot of men never really truly get that footing under them. They get older, they grow up in the sense that age-wise, but they never really truly learn what it's like to be a man of God, first and foremost, a man of substance, a man of means, because there's a unspoken pressure. I think women are nowadays put more pressure on men to be men of means and men of finances than they do on being a man of God, right? It's like, yeah, they like the man of God piece, but they'll go on dates and do all these things with a man that doesn't know where his local Bible is, you know what I'm saying? But he knows his way with a checkbook. So they're like, all right, well, he provides a good time. And before you know it, they've wasted time with someone they can't really truly grow with or can truly lead them, all because he has the financial aspect of life under control, right? So that's a lot of people. So I think one thing I'm learning in this area of my life or time in my life is what it means to truly be a man of God, learning God-like principles. I think one of the most godly principles a man can be is discipline, right? And when I did 75 hard, when I'm doing 75 hard, I'm learning that it requires structure, structure of my life, how I'm moving, how I'm operating, the things I desire for myself in this current time. I accomplish a lot of my goals through scheduling. We're about a month and a half into the new year. It's February 16th. And I've knocked out three. I'm on the way to the fourth one, but 3 of my 5 quarterly goals. So some of my quarterly goals was to have 5,000 TikTok subscribers. I'm at like 4,200 right now. Have 100 YouTube subscribers. I'm at 160 something, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if you fill up a room with 160 something people, that's a lot of people. To buy another 3 cars, I'm at 1.5 cars. So I got another 1.5 to go. To hire 2 people. I've hired 2 people so far this year for my insurance agency. So, but that's all being accomplished through discipline. First and foremost, God, I give him the glory because he's the one who's guiding this operation. It's no longer my thing. I start my morning off every morning with getting in his word. And I feel like getting to know him is so powerful in itself, because it's like every day I pray for God's will to be done in my life. I pray for God's principles to be instilled in me. And through his principles, I'm able to accomplish a lot of different things, but it also requires a certain level of discipline. I have a saying, discipline doesn't know what day it is, right? So whether it's Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, I'm doing the same thing every day. And it's not sexy. I'll be the first to tell you it's not sexy, it's not fun, but at the same time, the results will show for itself. And I'm not doing it for the results. As I go on this journey, I realize it is the process that I truly love, the process of who I'm becoming, and not for anyone else, but for myself, first and foremost, to do God's will. But then once anyone that's attached to me or associated with me will benefit. I'm already seeing like the perks of being an influencer. But that also requires discipline. I'll be honest with you, respectfully, the outpour from women just alone, that's just one subgroup of people that are reaching out to me, contacting me. I'm getting all kinds of attention that before I would say I would have folded on the walk-in. You know what I'm saying? Just on the walkthrough, just the things that's in my DMs, brothers, respectfully, you know what I'm saying? 10s across the board. Chef's kiss, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also not in a position to receive that right now. I'm in a healing journey within myself, trying to heal from just past traumas, past things that have happened to me. Just realizing that in order to get what you want, sometimes you have to break the cycle or the cycle will break you. And for a long time, I've had a cycle of just like situation to situation, woman to woman. And it's like, it's cool, person to person, but after a while, it's like, what am I accomplishing, right? I'm in a cycle, I'm in a blender, and hurt people bleed on people. And a lot of times I was bleeding on people I've had really good experiences with women. I'm not, very few where I'm just like, oh, this is horrible. Woo, woo. And the ones that were horrible is like, why did I allow it to go on for so long? People that with anxious avoidant attachment styles, whatever. I'm gonna put the definition up in this video, but it's like, or women that weren't ready to receive, or women that weren't ready to give. It's like, why did I deal with it for a period of time? They weren't in a position to handle me, but that's neither here or there. I haven't had a lot of bad experiences, to say the least, right? But I know I've hurt people in the process simply because I wasn't ready for what they were ready for. I wasn't ready to give or receive what they were giving. You know what I'm saying? So I think me as a man, sometimes you have to take responsibility for where you are in life and slow down and speed up. Instead of looking at this game, to make a football reference, as a game of touchdown, football is a game of inches. Fourth and inches, third and inches, whatever the case may be. So it's like, always worry about getting that first down instead of like, oh, I'm going to score the touchdown. Because not every play is a score. There's going to be defense. There's going to be different things that come up. And it's like, did I make progress? As long as we're not getting tackled for a loss every chance we get, I'm making progress as a man, and eventually I will score. I will get the touchdowns, and the touchdowns will get to the scoreboard, and I will win eventually, right? As long as I never give up. So, yeah. One thing I've learned, even doing 75 hard, I recently upgraded my vest at the beginning of the year. And for you guys that know, I go on a walk every day, walk/run. So I started off the beginning of the year with this 40-pound vest. 40-pound vest used to kick my ass. Like, it was not easy. I made something of my close friends the first time I wore the vest, and it was day one. I was like, this vest won't see me again, and I'm not gonna see the vest. Simple as that, right? But I move forward with the vest, and I wear it every day. Every day. Now I can run with the vest. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a position where I can run a long period of time with the vest. And the point I'm making is, as a man, as a human being, when you keep showing up for yourself, when you keep doing what you're supposed to, you will get stronger. You will put yourself in a position where you're able to move forward in a manner that will make you proud of yourself, and seeing how everything's coming together, just with my life and how things are moving. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna try my best not to ramble, but like I mentioned, my goal, my long-term, not even long-term, but my end of the year goal is to have 50,000 TikTok followers, right? And get a brand deal. We're working. It's definitely in the works. I won't say too much, but I'm seeing where the progress is being made. I'm seeing where things can happen rather quickly when you're obedient, but more so when you're also not attached to certain things. I look back to last year, I think I had certain attachments that just weren't going to help me grow. I wasn't in good soil last year, just for whatever reason. And yeah, I wasn't in good soil. So it's like, it's hard to grow when you're not in good soil. But when you're in the right soil, and that's truly being in the covering of God, sometimes God sends you different things to learn different lessons, and lesson learned, for sure, to say the least. But it's one of those things where I'm able to now take the lessons I've learned from last year and realize, like, my job as a man is to lead. And if I'm not in any position to lead, I'm losing by 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever I decide to associate myself with, whether friendship, romantic, any space I'm in, I'm a leader, and I need to move accordingly. I'm not a follower. I'm not put on this earth to follow others. Like, yes, every leader has a leader, right? So being associated with God and then trusting God to provide me the right mentorship and to be able to take bits and pieces of what others are pouring into me and still come out with my own formula, to come out with my own heart posture when it comes to certain matters, right? So just being able to grow and be a leader as a man is very important. I feel like a lot of us as men, we don't get a true chance of knowing self because we're so worried about worldly pressures, like the pressure to provide, the pressure to get married, have kids, do all these different things. And not saying you can't have those things and still learn yourself, but I feel like it's like going on a hike. every piece of equipment you put on is going to weigh you down just a little bit longer. Versus like, hey, I'm moving up here with just me, myself, and I. It's like, as a man, when you put that woman on your back, just for better or for worse, that's a piece of luggage you got to take up that hill, right? When you throw in kids, each kid is a piece of luggage you got to take up. Your job, your career, not saying don't do the things. I think we should all do the things. But right now, I'm in a position where I'm praying for the capacity and the character to handle all the things that I'm asking for, right? To avoid the temptation that is coming or that's inevitable, right? I want the things that God has for me, but I also realize it requires a certain level of character. Like I said earlier, the old me would have folded on the walk-in, just like, oh, the attention I'm getting from these women, let me pick through, let me see what's who. That's dead. I'm not looking at these women like that, because I'm supposed to guide these people. I feel like I am a leader of the people, and I'm supposed to guide these people in the right manner. So it's like there's no need to get intertwined or mingled up with that. Even with the men I'm associated with, I'm looking for more fruitful relationships. Not a lot of, just full transparency, a lot of my previous relationships with men have been because, oh, I'm a cool guy, I'm funny, I get a couple dollars. Women like me. Okay, that's very surface level, right? But then I also was looking for those same surface level relationships to sustain me during rough times. And they're like, how? How can they sustain me when they're looking at me as the hero? You get what I'm saying? Are they looking at me as the man that I am, or that I was called to be, and not, I'm not living up to that. So I think within being a man, I'm learning a lot about who I am and who I desire to be, and who I am under God's wing and God's calling, and God's covering. So I think just learning of that aspect of life has really put me in a position to really move in a manner of just being disciplined and being obedient. Marcus said something to me the other day, is slow obedience is the same as disobedience. And I'm realizing it's like we have callings on our life. And I feel like if we're not obedient to those callings, we will get passed up, and we're going to watch somebody else live our life and the things we want and desire from our situation. So we have a calling, fellas, and we got to live up to that calling and do what we got to do. So, yeah. But that's kind of, my week in a nutshell. I don't know how long I've been talking for. Let me see. 16 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up because I will get to rambling if I start another story. But guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Just the things that I hear, the people hit my line. I'll be forgetting how many people I know and how many lives I live. So it's like people seeing me in different aspects of my life and seeing what's going on, and just getting an overwhelming, even even when people are like, oh, Mitch an influencer now. I'm like, I've been an influencer first and foremost. Now I'm joking. But when I hear that, it's funny, but it's like a new title for me. And I'm super excited to live into that title. But with influence comes a certain responsibility. And I think that responsibility is one that I'm willing to accept. It's one I'm willing to take on, but I'm also I have to handle it with responsibility. I have to handle it with care, because I don't want to lead anyone astray. Not anymore. If I ever led you astray, this is my apology. Hopefully you forgive me. If not, it's life. It is what it is. You'll get over it. But with all seriousness, guys, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. And we'll talk next week. We'll definitely talk next week. But thank you. See you soon.